You know, friends, out here on Burger Acres today, it's snowing and blowing and kind of messy out there. So the only stream that I'm going to be concerned with today is streaming some movies. So let's get to it. I tell you, it's so miserable out there. So I thought it'd just be a better option to come inside and stream a little bit and check out a movie. Ended up going onto the Peacock, and I checked out all the different titles and stuff like that, flipped around a little bit before I made my selection, and ended up finding a movie from the 80s, Cloak and Dagger. And I tell you, it's not the worst movie to hold up, but we'll get into the plot a little bit. Basically, what you got is you got Elliot. And Elliot is a kid that's really into role-playing games, board games. And for some reason, his little friend, who's kind of this really bratty, annoying little girl, she's kind of a little bee through most of this movie. You know, like there are times where like the bad guys are coming for him. You know, if I was Elliot, I'd be like, take her. I'm going that way. Anyway, and so they played these games, these dice games, role-playing games, the Cloak and Dagger games, and strangely enough, the Cloak and Dagger game, is also on an Atari. But, little known side fact, it never was released on Atari. It was only released as a bright arcade game. And anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. So they're hanging out, they're playing this game with this guy who is a lot older. Like he's like 20s or 30s, and these kids are like 10. So I'm pretty sure there's something illegal going on. I'm pretty sure they didn't watch the after school specials on don't take candy from strangers and all that stuff from the 80s that was like all the time. But whatever. I don't know the legality of it, but they hang out and they're like buddies. So anyway, Elliot and the annoying blonde-haired girl are hanging out playing these games, and the guy that they're hanging with, he's like your typical 80s video game nerd smart guy who's like a super genius, so he's got to be ridiculous. And so he sends him off on this adventure to get Twinkies. So the guy has him go off to a business park, like a business building, office building, where they've got to go up like to the 36th floor or something so they can get a catalog and Twinkies. You know, I don't know.
Where's my Twinkies?
In the process of this, Elliot witnesses a murder. And he's got to run from the bad guys, and he gets involved with these old people, and everybody's like, they're the good guys and the bad guys, and then the bad guys become the good guys, and the good guys become the bad guys. And throughout the entire thing, Elliot is carrying around a little action figure guy, a little role-playing guy toy thing, and that's Jack. That is the great guy that he always plays with when he's playing his role-playing board games. And so the guy, the alter ego guy, is like this ghost that's following him around, giving him advice on how to escape the Russian assassins and all of this sort of thing. Because of course you can't have a 80s movie without some sort of Cold War reference. But at any rate, they run through, and the Jack guy is giving him all kinds of advice. Now, Jack looks just like his dad. His dad is Mr. Hart from 9 to 5. But he doesn't work at an office park. He works as a pilot, and the mom's dead. And so this poor kid is hanging out with some weirdo that owns a video game shop and some annoying little blonde-haired girl getting mixed up with Russian spies and taking the embedded cartridges that don't belong to him so that they don't get into the enemy's hands, and saves the world. And I'm not gonna tell you how it ends, but this movie is, I mean, you can't take it too seriously. So, I mean, if I was to give it a rating, it has like a 67 or so % on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, if I was gonna give it a score, if I was gonna give it it'd get a 6 out of 12 on the old role-playing board dice, and that's the best I could do for it. And but anyway, yeah, it is what it is. And if you want to check out this movie, Cloak and Dagger, yeah, I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with you like me, but anyway, if you want to check it out, it's streaming on the Pelican, Peacock, and you can check that out. And I mean, again, 6 out of 12's not passing, so whatever. Have a good one.